Hi guys, it's Unders. Today we're going to have a little look at Ozone Elements, and I'm going to do a bit of a shootout with the Lurssen Mastering Console versus my master as well. Reason for doing this, they're appealing to similar markets, they got a similar level of control, and they're both supposedly one-stop shop mastering plugins. I have my doubts. I wasn't massively impressed with the Lurssen console. I pretty much see it as a limiter with a very limited EQ that shows you a signal chain that you can't touch. Ozone here is doing the same thing. So let's have a little listen to what we can do. So what we're going to hear here is a bit of my master. You can see the plugin chain here on the left. I think that's all we're going to need to hear, just this bit here for today. And what we're going to do is just compare these and the little feature set they have. So first I've got Ozone Elements, and then I've got the Larssen console. So when I select them, you should be able to see what's going on here on the left hand side, and then what's going on here. Obviously Larssen console is here on the left, Ozone is here on the right. If we look at control wise, Ozone has effectively gone for a preset manager here, 2 macro controls, maximizer. That's literally it. The Larssen console lets you adjust the input versus the output, and then gives you these EQ bands. They have a similar preset style thing going along here, just as a big list. And you can see the signal flow by doing that, but you can't really adjust anything. You have got the thresholds and makeup gain here for the compressor and the solid state de-esser if it's in the chain. So let's have a listen to Ozone Elements. Let's mute, solo that and mute the others. Yeah, let's max it. I think that's getting us somewhere. Okay, that's got us somewhere around the same level, but the absolute overall balance is completely different. As you can see, this has gone through Pro Q, taking the lows off, Pultec putting a bit of highs in, bit of a balance in EQ, exciter, another compressor, then a multiband limiter. This has been set to the CD master. We'll have a little flick through the presets and see if we can find anything similar to what is sounding nice. Oof, okay, that completely resets everything. Okay, that's not too far away. Bright and overall mix. I've gone for this all-purpose mastering because in the genre specific, they don't have like drum and bass or anything even close, like sort of smooth hip hop or vintage rock. There's nothing that would really be close to this style of music. I mean, electronic clarity. Hey, let's try it. No, it's just lacking really. I mean, I know people out there will argue that mastering is supposed to be the stage where you just make it louder, you put a limiter on. I disagree. Mastering is the stage where you fix any issues that have been missed in the mix. And when you've worked on a track for hours and hours and hours, you will end up missing stuff. That's why it's great to give it to someone else to do the mastering. So they can have a fresh perspective. You will stop hearing things in the track unless you've got the luxury of leaving it for sort of 6 months to a year before you come back to it, at which point you'll probably just shred your mix and start again anyway. It's just not the way to be. So mastering is there to perfect a mix and make sure it translates to multiple systems. This for me just isn't working at the moment. Let's compare this to the Larssen console if I can actually select it. We'll drag you up and then we can swap between these two. So on the Larssen console, let's take the closest thing. I think EDM Brighter is probably going to be what we're after because it was quite a dark mix originally. Okay, for me here so far, Ozone's winning this, but then it's a fight against what this can do by comparison of having control of all of the elements. And for me, I mean, my master now sounds insanely bright, but I've tested that on multiple systems and it seems to be where it's at. I think just having control over everything and being able to fix the individual issues that arise yourself is going to be the way to go. I mean, this sort of thing to me is like what you're expecting to get from Lander and eMaster and the online automatic master your mix things. While have their place and have their use, and you can really quickly make a loud track, which is going to give you a bit more benefit than just putting a limiter on and crushing it, because these are profiling the mix and they're giving a specific sound. They're not dependent on the audio that's going into them. It doesn't adjust depending on your particular mix. So this has ended up being quite a dark mix. I'm having to absolutely crush these to sound anywhere close to where we want them. Yeah, it's just not working for me. Hey, you might find this to be absolutely great. You might have heard what this has done to this track and just gone, great, this is exactly the plugin that I need. For me, I like to be able to really go in, pick the specific frequency areas, especially on EQ. I'd like to be able to sweep and listen and not care about it being 3K, 6K, 10K. Listen to where sounds right and then leave it there, rather than have these fixed points, or in the case of this, just a macro that probably boosts or lowers the EQ. I honestly don't know. You don't get to see what's going on. So yeah, they've got their use. they're going to be a little bit better than just putting a limiter on your mix. If you're not experienced in mastering at all, it's going to be an option for you to get a bigger, better sounding sound. But I think with experience and as you get more into it, you're just going to want to take all your individual plugins and work with them that way. I mean, Ozone is a great sounding set of plugins, but this is just too limited control wise for the audio you want to put into it. But hey guys, if the video has been helpful for you, subscribe to the channel, pop a like on it. It does help me out massively. And thank you very much for watching. I will catch you on the next one.